Hi, Jaden. Thank you for the question. It's a really good question. I'm glad you got it to work, but you realized that, hey, something doesn't seem quite right. So it's perfect that you reached out and asked the question. And you are right. Like this code works, and it's okay. It's just a little wonky because of having to do the plus plus m here. And so the trick is basically instead of having to do the two plus plus m's there, we can make m go 3, 6, 9, 12, dot, 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 up to 120. So m is just going to loop through every like multiple of 3, and then we'll add that to the sum like you did here. And so the way to do that is instead of having plus plus m up here, just say, hey, I want m to be whatever m was before plus 3 more. So you can say, hey, instead of plus plus m, I'm going to have m go up by 3, and then we don't need these two plus plus m's here. All right, so if we do it that way, let's save it and run it, and we should still get the same sum. It just we won't need those plus plus m's down there, right? So you can make m go up or down by whatever you want. So normally you go up by 1, but you can go up by 3s. You can go down by 1. You can kind of do whatever you want in this little part of your loop there. So hopefully that answers your question. I'll get to the second one here right after this. Okay, actually I just realized I could put them all in the same video. So here's your average one, and what I would do for the average is add them all up and then divide by the number of numbers. So I think what we're doing, I should look back at this actually and figure out what we're actually supposed to do. Okay, so what we have to do is average the numbers 1 to 100. So basically it's going to be the sum code and then divide by 100 at the end, because when you average, you add all the numbers together and then divide by the number of values, which we know in this case is 100. So basically I'm going to start j at 1, less than or equal to 100, plus plus j, and then I'm just going to do a sum variable here that starts at 0, and then I'm going to add to the sum the value of j, so plus equals j. It'll add j to the sum each time. I guess I can do it the long way here. So that's what it looks like. And then at the end, instead of doing the sum, I'm just going to divide by the number of numbers, which is 100. Right? And maybe it'd be good to do doubles. So I'm going to turn this into a double. And then divide by a double value there. So if I run it now, hopefully that gives me the average of those numbers. So again, just add them all up and then divide by the number of values in your program. Okay, Jaden, so last one too here with the string. Basically, we're going to loop through the letters one at a time. All right, so we did that in the video from class. And so basically to get this letter A, we're going to call str.substring from 0 to 1. That would get the A. And then str.substring 1 to 2. That would get us the S right here. Okay, so basically we can do a loop where we use I. So to get a general letter, if I do substring I to I plus 1, that'll get me one of the letters. And then all I have to do is make my loop for I start at 0, because that would give us the A, 0 to 1, and then end at length minus 1. So this spot here is whatever the length of the string is minus 1, because we start indexing from 0. So to get this E would be whatever the length is minus 1. So I'm going to set up a loop for I. So I'm going to do for int I equals 0. I is less than the length of the string. So again, that I want to go to this spot. So this length would be, let's see if we count them up, this would be 9 would be the length, and so the last spot would be 8 because it's going to index from 0 to 8. So I'm going to have I just stay less than 9, and then it'll go 0 to 8. And I'm going to go plus plus I. So I'm going to loop through each one of these letters one at a time. Okay. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get the ith letter. So I'm going to do string letter equals that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sys out print. Right, I'm not going to do a return, so I'm just going to do print, and I'm going to print the letter plus the line, so that I'm going to have a line between each of my letters. All right, so again, this just gets the letter and this prints it out. So I don't really need these lines anymore. That was just to explain things. And then I'm going to run it, and you'll see we get asymptote. Okay, and then, this should work with any string because we use string.length. So if we change the length of the string, it'll still work. So if I do this, run it with Jaden, boom, it should still work. Okay, good questions. Hopefully these help. Let me know if you have anything else. Take care.